And we are live. Trying it with a camera today. This internet is slow as fuck, so let me know how it goes. Hope it's not too grainy. Hope it's not too slow. This is, what is this again? This is the Morning Red Pill, episode 7. Title of this episode is Cuck Brothers, part 2. So to recap yesterday, well, I was all over the place, just like every day. And, I told a story at one point about two guys that I knew that I call the Cuck brothers because they're brothers and they're cucks. One of them was dating a girl for like 5 years. And then I found out that another guy I knew that I hadn't seen in like 10 years he wasn't fucking this girl, but they were definitely fooling around. Hey, Jorn Verschoor, First Soldier. How's it going, man? So, yeah, I found out that these guys were fucking around, and this guy was fucking with, the other guy's girlfriend and shit. But when one of them found out that I knew them both, then, it's like he didn't want to tell me anymore. So I'm pretty sure he was about, hey, Alvaro de Bazan is here. How's it going, man? So I'm pretty sure he was about to tell me that, oh, I fucked her. But as soon as he found out that I knew her, he was like, no, I can't trust Greg. And anyway, I don't blame him, because when I used to hang out with this guy in my early 20s, I was a fucking liar, man. There's not one lie in the world that I didn't tell. So, I don't blame him for not trusting me, but I think that they probably, that means sex. So I think they probably did sex. So the thing is, like, yeah, and I think they're both cucks, because even though one of them was bragging to me that he was like taking another fucking guy's girl, and there was nothing the guy could do about it because he didn't know, it's still, yeah, you're sharing, you're taking food off someone else's plate. Like, I don't need to do that. I can get my own food. So, like, I don't respect either of you. So, like, but, whatever, sort it out amongst yourselves, fuck. So that's one of the brothers. But the other brother, the one I started talking about yesterday, I think I probably pissed off someone yesterday. Not that it's a big deal, but I lost a subscriber yesterday. And I don't know, I was talking shit. So I think probably maybe someone that actually does a Spartan race tuned in and got butthurt. So whatever. Yeah, so this is, that was Twinkie. Twinkie is the one who was getting cheated on. And his brother, Tenderflake, is the one I'm going to start off talking about today. And Tenderflake is the one who's supposedly not gay, but he marches at the Gay Pride Parade. So I saw Tenderflake, about, I don't know, 3 years ago, maybe. I think that's the last time I saw him. And we met up. Well, we bumped into each other at like a bookstore or some shit, And I asked him how it was going. Actually, it was funny, man. No, now I remember. When the last time I saw this guy, I just started making MGTOW videos. And this guy is like always going back to his ex and stuff, and he's lying to his friends about it. He's like, oh, I have a date like with a new girl, and we're like, oh yeah, where'd you meet her? Tell us about her. And he's like, now, I don't want to tell anything. I don't want to tell you about her. It's like, okay, like, it's your ex, man. It's your ex, fuck. So, yeah, so I bumped into this guy 2 years ago, right after I started making MGTOW videos. And I was curious. I just had to ask, because I knew this guy, man. I knew he struggled so much being like, I don't know, what's like 1,000 times lower than a beta male, whatever that is. Like, that's what this guy is. So, and the thing is, okay, people talk a lot about this shit. Like, man, I don't care. Like, I'm not a fucking alpha. I don't even know what the fuck I am. Like, I do my own thing. I know everybody says that, but they're fucking sheep. But that's it. If you want to get down to it, like, I think the definition of the Sigma male is the male that rejects fucking pack mentality, I guess, if you will. I don't know. But people put so much stock in these things, like, and they embed everything It's like I don't know, something I heard about a couple of times, and I looked into it. Now I'm gonna out myself as a fucking moron, but it doesn't matter. But it's like sometimes people talk about shit like the Myers-Briggs personality types, or Maslow, I don't know, Maslow's hierarchy of needs, and that they like adhere to this strictly. And it's like, I've never heard of this. Okay. So they're like, oh, you're this type of person because hierarchy of needs, number four, number four. It's like, dude, man, I don't even know what the fuck that is, man. like Christ, man. Like, I don't, okay, maybe you can categorize me, but I don't live by all these fucking imaginary rules. So anyway, yeah. So this guy, back to Tenderflake, not an alpha at all. Not even a beta, beyond beta. And the thing is, okay, that's why I started by saying like I'm not one, but I don't give a shit because I think you can change. And I think that if people hone their actual skills, then you realize that we are good at slightly different things. And I think that's good. I think it takes not all kinds, but it takes many kinds, to function properly. So you can either hone one skill or you can, do a little bit of everything. But it's hard to be really good at everything. It's hard to be really good at one thing. It's hard to be just good at one thing. So the thing that pisses me off about this guy the most probably is not that he's such a bitch or a beta or a cuck or whatever, but it's that he has like a feminine brain, okay? And all the time, he's not trying to better himself. He's just trying to look at himself in a different light and, mask his shortcomings. And, they bother him. Like, he's self-conscious about all his fucking flaws. Like, he's short. He's fucking not in shape. He's been losing his hair like for a long time, but he always like tries to cover it up and he brings it up, but it doesn't bother him. And then he goes into a huge diatribe about anyone who shaves their head. Like he's like, oh, if you shave your head, he's like, it's either because, you're going bald or because you have to shave your head or because this. It's like, yo, man, like, how do you think like that? It's like the other guy I was talking about that said someone was a loser because he had crow's feet. Like, what the fuck? Like, again, like, who fucking thinks like that? Like, look, I have wrinkles in my forehead. I have an expressive face. This doesn't bother me, fuck. If someone, like, Jesus Christ, if someone told me it bothered them, they can go eat a fucking bag of dicks, man. Like, what is it with these people? They're so fucking insecure, man. Look, if something about myself bothered me, I would try my hardest to change it. Like if I wasn't in shape, I would try my best. There are other circumstances that are harder to change. Like if you're born with no legs or something, but one step at a time, and we'll cross that bridge if and when we get there. Knock on wood. Hopefully we never do. So, this guy too, he does a Spartan race all the time and he can't even run fucking 5 kilometers. Okay. But he's going to go do what he says is a 26 fucking mile marathon. That's harder than a marathon because it has obstacles. And, you fucking stand and you wait in line at all the obstacles. You run for like 50 meters in a row. Fuck, I think it fucking, look, man, do it. Anything is a good workout. Anything. I say it all the fucking time, man. Like raking, fucking sweeping, clean, do anything. Do it fucking good and do it hard. And you're going to get a good fucking workout. And this guy, it's like, again, the Spartan race is just a different light because he's not going to work any harder at that than he will at his other workout. It's just in a different format. And I really hate that shit. It's just regulation of outcome. And it's just using a different filter. Okay. Like it sucks, man. So that's why it pisses me off. But when I bumped into him, I just started making MGTOW videos. And I couldn't help but ask him because I knew he was a fucking simp. I'm like, oh, you seeing anyone now? So he says, yeah, I'm seeing a married woman. It's really cool. She's in an open relationship. So I said, what? And he says, yeah. She and her husband, they're both allowed to date other people. And I said, that's kind of fucked up, man. So I'm like, you're fucking the woman. And he's like, He's like, please, I'd appreciate it if you'd be respectful. It's like, okay, all right, okay. So you're having uh, sexual relations with this whore that like doesn't give a fuck about like the sanctity of her marriage for some reason. And he says, no, because she and her husband, they each have other partners. And I said, okay, so her husband is fucking someone else too. And he's like, you know what? He's like, I don't use the F word anymore. And okay, this guy, he's not Jewish, but he has a Yiddish accent. I fucking shit you not. Okay, like he has like a Jewish grandmother's sense of guilt. I'm not Jewish, by the way. I just have a big nose. But you know, I've seen it like mentioned in comments and stuff. People ask, nope, I'm not. So that's that. And I'll tell a story about that after, and how to lose subs. All you have to do is mention them. Those are 3 echoes. But anyway, yeah. So I said, okay, so they're fucking a married woman, or you're sharing a married woman. And oh, thanks, man. So this guy's fucking a married woman, and you know, her husband is fucking someone else. So I said, okay, well, I guess it's kind of cool because you get to fuck someone else too, right? And so he says, no. He says, that's the thing. He says, because she and her husband trust each other, so it's okay for them to be with other people. But since we don't trust each other that much, or she doesn't trust me, she doesn't want me to be with anyone else. So this guy is fucking a married woman, and you know, her husband's fucking someone else, and he's not allowed to have 2 partners, but she is. Or who knows, maybe even more. And I don't know who that is, but I will look that up. Thank you, Alvaro. Yeah, he says, you have a kind of Emperor Barbarossa nose. Okay. I'll check it out later. So, yeah, the guy's fucking a married woman, but he's not allowed. He's not allowed to go elsewhere. So it's like, yeah, okay, I just lost what little respect I had for him. So yeah, yeah, never call me again. Fuck. Hey, what's up, Mark? Yo, what you want? Cool. I'll accept all of those. Thanks, man. People ask me if I'm Polish often, or like, you know, Slavic. I answer, I wish. Actually, like a year ago. Oh no, 2 years ago. I had like fucking I don't know. I think I had like $40 left on my credit card, and like I didn't have a job. Like I was in between jobs, and I just discovered Life of Boris, and he's like talking about like fucking Adidas track pants and shit, and like squatting Russians and all that good stuff. And I spent like my last $40 on a pair of Adidas track pants. Yeah, like that's, yeah, whatever. Fuck. No, I got no money out of it. Fuck. So whatever. Fuck. But that's not why you do it. I was watching videos about like how to be a gopnik, and it said you needed track pants and you needed pointy shoes and you needed an empty wallet. So I had those. Yeah, so yeah, fucking the married woman, but he's not allowed to go anywhere else. And who knows? I'm sure she's probably allowed to have, you know, not just one other partner, but as many as she wants, because she and her husband trust each other. So that's the other thing too. You know, you share a woman, you're not coming first. Well, no, you're not in either sense of the word. You're not. Like there's no way you're gonna fucking come first. Fuck. It's like a single mom, but worse. Fucking, you know, obviously, if she's open relationship or not with her husband or her boyfriend or whatever, you know, if she's willing to do this to another guy, you know, what's to stop her from doing it to you, even if she tells you that you're the one or whatever. But anyway, I never gone down that road. I would not really like to. It's not something that appeals to me. So anyway, that's that. I don't fucking hang out with that guy. And the reason, you know, when it all comes down to it, it's that these people, specifically these two brothers, the Cuck brothers, and their entire circle, it's like a fucking toxic circle of parasites, and all they do is sit on their ass and they complain, and they just want things to change by doing nothing different, and all they do is make excuses all the time. And it's like, it's infectious, you know. It didn't necessarily spread to me, but it did a little bit. But you know, I just shouldn't have been there, and I shouldn't have fucking hung out with those people for all those years. And it's worse than that, because it really kind of doesn't necessarily change the way you think, but again, you know, and I don't put too much stock in this, but like if you are the average of, you know, the 5 people you hang out with the most, well, if those 5 people are shitbags, like, good luck to you. Like, just don't hang out with them, you know. And like, I tried to not necessarily change them, but man, like, I want to lead by example, and I don't want to lead, you know. I just hold people to the same standard, and that's the same standard to which I hold myself. So if people aren't willing to meet it, and every day, every situation, they just respond with a new excuse, then, you know, what do you need them for? And it's always like, man, I can't fucking stand it. You know, a lot of people and a lot of communities are like that. Even the MGTOW community. You know, I know if the laws were different, and I don't mean fair. Okay, if the laws were fair, I think we'd all like that. If they were fucking equal, you know, the same for men as for women for pretty much everything. Like, I think that'd be cool. But like, a lot of people, they want more than that. You know, they want like some sort of fucking, I don't know, like Sharia law, like, or ethno state, you know, like it I don't know. I think it's kind of too much. I think anytime you regulate an outcome, I think it causes problems. And, you know, a lot of people would probably really, really love to debate me on this if, I don't know, if they didn't think I was too stupid to fucking debate them. But no, I don't really have any interest in debating people about stuff. I'm not trying to push my principles on anybody else. Generally, I said it before, but I'm pretty anarcho-capitalist, but I just want closed borders. I think everywhere, you know, should have closed borders. I think it's fine. You know, I'm not saying everywhere should have an ethno state, although maybe that would make an ethno state. But anyway, I think closed borders, I don't necessarily mean no immigration whatsoever, but, you know, severely limited, you know, in every country. Keep the demographic, keep the countries diverse. You know, it's fine. But I think the native population should be a majority population. But I also think that if immigration were equally enforced, then yeah, I agree, Jorn. And no, I think that if it were equally enforced, then, you know, a lot would get sorted out. A lot would sort itself out. Like, for example, you know, the open borders initiative, like in the States, like all the liberals that are pushing towards and stuff like that, like, it's not from equal parts all over the world. It's mainly from South America and like sub-Saharan Africa and like a lot of Muslim countries. Yeah, I know, man. It's too late. And not only that, like, okay, dude, man, in Canada, one says a little bit too late for closed borders. 42% of all children in Germany, 0 to 6 years old, are of refugee background. And, you know, even on the blog known as Wikipedia, let's say you look up multiculturalism or assimilation. They're two totally different things. You know, I have no problem with assimilation. And like, but multiculturalism is really akin to moral relativism. And an example of that is that, you know, if a tribe fucking sacrifices like 12 virgins a day because they think that you need to fucking kill virgins to make the sun rise the next day, then that's okay. And it's like your truth versus my truth. It's fucking wrong. There's no need. There's no need for that. There's no need for fucking senseless fucking bloodshed. So yeah, I think here, and I think people get the two conflated a lot, and people fight. No, this fucking migrant caravan. It's brutal, man. It's brutal. It's like I see it as a house. This isn't a highbrow argument of any kind, but a country should have borders just like your house should have walls or a door or a lock. And it doesn't matter how nice you are. It doesn't matter how hard you work. It doesn't matter even if you'll pay half my rent. If I don't want you in my house, I want you in my fucking house, man. I'm under no obligation to have you in my fucking house. And I think soon, I think soon in some countries, we're not even going to be allowed to have locks on the fucking doors. That's what I think. And I think it's going to be like mandatorily enforced, because, oh my God. Yeah, then that fucking scares me. And rather than, I don't know if it's going to change or if it's going to happen or if it's not going to happen, but I would like to just get away from it. Hence living in the wild, pretty much. This is not wild. This is the basement, by the way, but there's a problem with the light fixture. So got a little lantern going. It's still pretty early. It's 5:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time here. So, but the regulation of outcome. Okay, over here it's the same thing. And why I mentioned it is that people are confused and they seem to think that Canada is a multicultural country. And like Canada's fucked, man. We don't even have our independence. And there was actually a political group called Canadian Republicans. I think either in the early 2000s or in the mid 90s, or Republicans of Canada. And they wanted to gain their independence from England. And because we have two heads of state, the Queen has just as much power as a PM here. It's fucked. She's not even just a figurehead. She doesn't do fuck all. We funnel fucking billions of dollars over there to her stupid fucking family, and they don't do fuck all, man. They do less for us than they do for England, and they don't do fuck all for England. And they have more power here than they have in England because we're just a fucking colony of theirs here. It's fucking stupid. And you talk to any Canadian practically, man, fucking survey like any Canadian and ask them if they think that it would be a good idea to get our independence from England. Watch how triggered they get. It's fucking retarded. Have you ever asked anyone that, Mark? No, eh? Yeah, he knows better. Man, it's fucked, man. Why? No, we don't, man. We don't, fuck. Like, Jesus Christ, man. And why do we need to fund them then? Like, yeah, yeah, Canada a little bit too expensive too, says Yorn. Housing market for starters. Average house in Victoria. Oh my God, yeah. Average house in Victoria, Vancouver is 925,000 to 1.2 million Canadian dollars. That's true. Yep. And we live in a shit town here, fuck. And the houses here are fucking expensive. It's crazy. Inflation, regulation here too. They raise the minimum wage, regulation of outcome. They're just going to put a blanket over everything, make it the same for everybody. And we're heavy on affirmative action here, especially for the job hiring process. Unless you're working under the table, on every official application sheet, there are several boxes to check. So you get your victimhood intersectionality, and you select all the protected minority groups of which you're a part. But it's not all minorities. It's just some. It's just some. So, like again, for instance, Canada, the ones that we really want over here, anything in South America, anything from the Middle East, anything from Africa, and there is a box to check if you're Asian, but anywhere in Europe doesn't count. Even Italy. No. Spain, no. Portugal, no. No. And any Scandinavian country, nope. Australia, nope. But you can be oceanic. So like again, you know, of like Aboriginal, it's like, dude, man, like why? Why don't you just hire the people that show up for the job? And I got fucking my dad years ago, you know, when I was 19 or 20, he wanted me to apply to be a flight attendant while I was waiting tables because that was like, you know, the next level in fucking public servitude while I complete my university degree. And yeah, so I went to the fucking hiring process and yeah, let me tell you, straight white males, especially if you're single, need not apply. And I asked, because my dad's Greek, so I asked, you know, I held my hand up when it was time to check the box, and I asked where the box was if you were Greek, and she says, "Oh, that doesn't qualify as a visible minority." And I said, "So does that make me an invisible minority?" And she didn't laugh, and it's fucked, man. It's fucked. This is relying purely on circumstances of birth. This is not, you know, meritocracy. I would like that. I know people, and there's tons of videos on the internet about the flaws in like anarcho-capitalism and like how it's obviously wrong. And you know, it's basically every man for himself. Yeah, I don't mind that. Every man for himself is not an evil concept. It's only evil if the people are evil. You know? And I've been watching a couple of debates online lately. Just a couple with a few lefties, but not on the MSM, like more YouTube lefties. And it's like when Trump gave Jim Acosta his dressing gown. And he was saying that whenever a conservative guest appears, you know, on any fucking, you know, fake news program, it's not just that they attack them, but they're just full of hate. They're full of hate. It's so salty. They're fucking crazy. And, you know, the lefties on YouTube, they're even fucking worse, man. They're like, fuck, you know, a couple of holy shit. Like this guy fucking, there's a channel called Zero Books, and they go after like conservative, like YouTubers and stuff, and like libertarian YouTubers. And man, they go after like with such fucking hate. Like they're vicious, man. Like they're vicious. They hate life. Like fuck, man. I don't even like, and they're just out to prove everyone else wrong, you know, that doesn't fucking hate it as much as they do. There was one guy too, this, oh man, I don't know his fucking name, this big fat fucking ginger. He's from England and he makes videos with a cat. And like his channel, it says his point is to shit on anything like conservative, MGTOW, manosphere, red pill, or anti-feminist. And it's like, dude, what the fuck is wrong with this? What the fuck is wrong with you, man? Like, and he's serious, fuck. Like, and he has like a playlist, fuck. Like, it's like fucking 75 videos. I mean, it could be longer, but he has other playlists, but it's just fucking shitting on people, fucking. No, he's attacked every MGTOW channel and he makes like a video about them and he has their channel icon in the thumbnail. And, you know, there's one of Big John and there's one of fucking Sunrise Hoodie. Like, yo, this guy, you went after Sunrise Hoodie? Like, yo, this guy's, no disrespect to Sunrise Hoodie, but this guy's nice, man. He's a fucking good guy, fuck. Like, and I don't mean that he's nice in the way that like a girl tells you she's nice when she's not going to suck your dick. I mean, like, he's fucking cool, man. Like, this guy's a fucking stand-up dude. And if you read the comments, man, like, holy shit. Like, geez, everyone, like, they're just, like, so focused on the hate. They're, you know, Big John, okay, on his video. And it's, like, one of his more, like, you know, tame. I think all his videos are tame. You know, I do. And there's no disrespect to the guy. Like I said before, we need channels of all kinds. Fuck, tell your story. Don't try to be Big John. Be yourself if you want to make a fucking channel. Like, it'll be fucking way better. Like, it'll give people fucking something to choose from. Give you something to choose from. So even on the Big John video, like, you should see the people fucking attacking him. It's crazy attacking him. Attacking like a fucking shared fucking mirrored video of his on another channel that Big John's never gonna fucking see. So like, these guys exist to like fucking debate people in Google Hangouts. That's it. And like a couple of them, I don't really like Sargon. I disagree with a lot of things he says. Mark used to watch him years ago at kind of like during the early stages. I liked him more then, but he said a lot of stupid shit lately, but I don't really give a fuck. But these are people that like have argued with Sargon and stuff. And like, I know this guy too, man. He like fucking lives to fucking Google. He says he does other shit. Anyway, I don't fucking care. I was just surprised though at like, really, even for lefties, these guys are so salty. There's another channel, I think it's called like the Progressive Voice or something. And they basically attack all conservatives. Look, man, I got a lot of beefs against Ben Shapiro, for instance. I mean, I don't dislike him. I think generally, let's say for what I personally want, I think he's done more good than harm. So I like the guy. You know, that's how I rate it. Fuck, that's how I base it. You know, like same thing with Milo. There's a lot that Milo stands for that I do not fucking agree with. You know, like, but at the same time, I think he's done more good than bad by far, for the way I want things to go. So, you know, that's that. But this channel, the Progressive Voice, I think, and Zero Books, you know, they make videos, and the other big fat fucking blob of shit. They make videos about like conservatives and stuff, and they bring up points that I never, ever would have fucking considered. And I don't mean this in a good way. More like I didn't know people were stupid enough to think like that. And like, oh yeah, this is a good one. Fuck. I'm not gonna put this one in the keywords, otherwise they're gonna fucking come after me. But there's this guy, okay? He's a fucking huge communist, like self-proclaimed communist, and he's been around for a while, apparently. I never heard of him until last week, but he made like some videos fucking, or you know, he did some interviews, and like out of nowhere he attacked Jordan Peterson. Like, and Jordan Peterson wasn't there, you know? And supposedly it's because Jordan Peterson used the term cultural Marxist, and like this guy, he takes offense to that term because he's a communist, but he's a real communist. And like his name is yeah, I will Google that. Yeah, his name is Slavoj Zizek, I think. I'm probably pronouncing it wrong. But like you know, he's written a lot of books and stuff, and you know, there are a couple of videos on YouTube. It's like Slavoj Zizek versus Jordan Peterson, or Slavoj fucking destroys Jordan Peterson. Ben Shapiro gets his ass handed to him by a black liberal college student again. You know, like that's how they see it. Or like Shrigley-Puff owns Steven Crowder. Like that's what they think happened. Fuck. Like what the fuck is wrong with these people? Fuck. So anyway, people fucking people that live upstairs are gonna be like, what the fuck? What are you yelling about at 5:30 in the morning? Shrigley-Puff. That's who. She didn't win. Fuck. What the fuck, man? So it's like these type of people, fuck. And oh boy. Yeah, so this guy, okay. This guy Slavoj Zizek that went after Jordan Peterson because Jordan Peterson he uses the word cultural Marxist. Well, so I watched a couple of this guy's videos, what I could get through. Vice loves this guy. Big fucking surprise. Big surprise. Wow. Communist. He's so cool. And like, look, man, you can't bottom line this guy. There is no bottom line. Like he doesn't have a thesis statement. He prides himself on not having a thesis statement. He prides himself on not having any solution for the way he would like things to go. And he prides himself on not being a simplifier like many philosophers, but what did he call himself? Not a complicator, but something like that. You know, and he tries to complicate things, and he tries to raise questions that we hadn't thought of that don't really fucking get us anywhere, about like postmodernism and existentialism and all this shit that I don't know anything about or care about. Fuck. They're just fucking theoretical concepts. Fuck. And you know, if he's like even though these guys don't like each other, he's like another version of Noam Chomsky. And this guy, Noam Chomsky, I cannot fucking stand. This guy takes, I don't know, man. He takes 10 years to say what he could say in 3 words. You know, he never gets to the point. And if he's a fucking communist, fuck, well, or what, anarcho-socialist, if you can, like, I don't know how you can advocate self-reliance and government assistance all at the same time. I don't. The two are opposing fucking concepts. That's why, you know, like I just don't. And there's a big fucking, I don't know, man. I've seen it a lot, that a lot of people think that like liberalism, it means that you want complete social freedom, but not economic freedom. And conservatism means that you want complete economic freedom, but no social freedom. You know, you want like an authoritarian dictatorship. And, you know, I don't really find either of these definitions true anymore. I find them quite fucking antiquated, I guess. Because, you know, the way I see it is that liberalism is for regulation of outcome, and conservatism is regulation of opportunity. And, you know, if I want to divide the right and the left, that's how I divide the right and the left. And, you know, by that, like, I'm as far right as I can possibly go. You know, I don't think anyone should get anything. Period. That's it. Like Milton Friedman says, nobody deserves anything. Like, you deserve what you fucking work for. And, you know, like, man, I've had conversations with people, and I mentioned like leading by example and stuff like that. Very, very, very simple concepts, or like things like, okay, figure out what you want to do and then, you know, try to do it. And, you know, the first thing they say is, but, man, like, shut the fuck up, man. Before you even start talking, butts are for pooping. Like, it's fucking bullshit. And so this guy, okay, I checked out like some of his videos. Look, that doesn't make me an expert on him. It's like as if you could be one, but man, he's fucking all over the place. And I didn't know that Jordan Peterson had so many fucking haters. Like, it's and it's crazy. Fuck. Like, I think he gives great advice. And I think people, like, I know a lot of people jump on the fucking bandwagon, and there's like a million YouTube videos saying like Jordan Peterson was wrong. Cleaning your room isn't enough. It's like, yeah, no shit. No shit. It's a fucking start. It's like what I was talking about yesterday. People that like don't want to even start working out or start doing anything because they think that like you can't like get in shape naturally. And or the human body's limitations are only like such and such. Or, you know, a person, let's say, you know, I don't want to start running because, you know, the fastest I could run is, you know, 100 meters in 9.84 seconds. It's like, yo, dude, you're so far behind that point, man. You haven't even fucking started yet. Like, when you get to running 100 meters in 9.84 seconds, then I think, although I you know, I wouldn't be on board with it, then I think it's like acceptable to start thinking about like other ways to push your body past its limitations. But man, like if you're not even close to there, it's like someone in the chat said yesterday, he said, yeah, it's because people just want the 5-second fix. And there is no 5-second fix. And like, it's fucking discouraging, you know, it's depressing. Not that there is no 5-second fix, but that's what everybody bases everything on. And, You know, it's like this town also, this shit town that fucking raised minimum wage for no reason. It's like they wanted to prosper by doing nothing different. Let's just change something on paper, and you know, on paper it'll give us the result we want when nothing's changed. And people here, they're unwilling to change. That's why this town is going to die. You know, it's going to die. Well, no, if it were the free market, it would probably die. It would die, or there's maybe like a 5% chance that it would like try to adapt. But no, this way, it's just going to keep on being a fucking leech to the fucking rest of the country. You know, and it's going to go on like that, you know, as long as it can. Just like so many other places and just like so many other people. And they're going to insist that that's all you can do and there's no other way. And, you know, that's just the way it is. And things are easier for you than they are for them. So you couldn't possibly understand, you know? So, Mark and I, even though I shit on EI and government benefits and welfare, yeah, people are going to say it's not the same, but like, okay, fine. And look, I've been on it. I've been on EI once in my life 10 years ago, and I was kind of like forced to go on it. I had no intention of going on it. I was just trying to get into trade school. And the government office, they basically put me on it for almost 2 years. And no, I didn't deserve that. Not at all. Fuck. It was wrong. Fuck. I thought it was like standard operating procedure. Again, this is a long time ago. I didn't know what I was doing. And you know, I didn't think either of the economic or the moral consequences of it. And especially after seeing, you know, maybe 15 other people doing the same thing that I did, but they had all done it, you know, for the past fucking decade or more, you know, just taking employment insurance and taking a trade and then claiming not to be able to get work in that trade. So they go on employment insurance again, and then they take a different trade, and they go through life like this, and they pride themselves on it. And I think it's fucking disgusting, fuck. And I think it costs other people so much more, fuck. And I think if programs like this were fucking ended, I'm not saying it'd fix everything, but it would sort a lot of things out. You know, if 3/4 of people are only somewhere because, you know, it gives them fucking benefits, and you take away those benefits, and the people that want to be there for the right reasons will still be there, and the people that don't won't go there anymore. It's like, imagine how would you even be like, you know, to a certain degree, like I would advocate, let's say, immigration to a place where, you know, a true free market society where, you know, you don't get anything, and like you just basically like build what you want where you want. But like, I think there should be some sort of fucking test to get into that place, because I think a lot of people, they'd fucking take advantage and shit all over the fucking place. So that's why I'm for fucking closed borders. But the standards by which I would enforce, I don't know. You know, let's say I had a hypothetical country, but I really do think, you know, 100% that, you know, a country that offers nothing and promises nothing, you know, to its new immigrants is going to get the best type of people coming in. You know, or let's say even a country that makes it hard for people to come in, like Japan. You know, like if you're a gaijin and you somehow manage to live in Japan, and I don't mean get a travel visa to go there for like a couple of months and work, but if you manage to live there, like despite all odds against you, and you know, they're never going to really look at you as a true Japanese, but again, you know, you can do your best to assimilate, but like that's what they would want. You know, that's what any country would want. And versus, you know, if you come over, we're going to give you a free iPhone and free housing and free this and free that. Like you'd have all of the worst types, you know, not even willing to work. But somebody that's willing to go against the fucking grain or against the odds and put themselves through a challenging situation to get what they want, regardless of what it is that they want, you know, naturally they're going to be way more of an asset to wherever they go than someone who's not willing to do anything, that's just looking for, you know, a different place to better regulate, you know, the outcome of his situation that he does not plan on changing. It's like, You know, it's fucking frustrating. Fuck. I know a lot of things are frustrating to me. I was going to call this stream gay shit that pisses me off, but I already have a video called that. So Cuck Brothers Part 2. That's what it is. So we had a snowstorm. We had rain for the past 2 days, and it's snowing today, and it's snowing tomorrow. And oh yeah, what I was going to say before, yeah, like businesses slow down a little bit for the winter. It's okay. But Mark and I are both on employment insurance. And how do we get this? What do we do, Mark? We fucking took money from jobs that we got, and instead of fucking spending it all, we put a little bit of it aside for the winter, and that's our insurance. And that's it. That's all you need. And if we get more jobs, then we'll have more money. But that's what we have the insurance for. Okay, I'm going to read this comment here because it's pretty interesting. So, from Jorn Verschoor. Tried to expose the British monarchy for illegitimate royals, but it was a mission failure. Nobody interested, by the way. To say, bridge burners, if you don't like the British monarchy, Google this, The Hidden King of England, in the book How Was Stolen, The Hidden King of England. Queen Victoria of England had a firstborn son out of a secret marriage at age 14. This child was exiled in secret. His name was Marcos Manol. I tried to expose. And Alvaro says, who was the father? Who was the father? You have my attention now. I believe it. I also believe in more pedestrian conspiracies like Justin Trudeau is Castro's son because he looks exactly fucking like him. And because his fucking whorebag mom was in Cuba, like visiting fucking Castro exactly the time he was born. But, you know, he denied it years later, so it must be false. Yeah, I don't fucking buy it. Like, sounds like a Shoah to me. Okay, who's his father? You want to tell us? Don't keep us all in suspense. There's only 3 of us watching now, but, you know, soon there are going to be many. Another thing that shaped my views is that I worked in restaurants for... His father was Blind Prince George V from Hanover. Alvaro says Castro was a spoiled rich kid whose parents never put boundaries to. I could see that. Yeah, I know. I know it's 5th, man. I just say V, like Rocky V. But, you know, one thing that shaped my experience was that I worked in restaurants, you know, for pretty much 10 years in my late teens and early 20s. And I worked for every sort of ethnicity. And, you know, some of the guys at some of the places were cool. But a lot of the guys, like, it didn't matter how hard I worked. They would tell me that, like, I would kind of, like, never be on their level because I just wasn't one of them. And this really fucking pissed me off because I did the same job that they did. I did it just as well. And, you know, you should fucking accept me. It doesn't matter that I'm not fucking born in the same fucking place as you. And, you know, once I worked at a Moroccan restaurant, okay? And this wasn't by choice. I worked at an Italian restaurant and they would fucking ship me all around town to their dipshit fucking restaurant owner friends. And, you know, I'd work one place for 3 days and another place for 5 days. And then one place would owe me money and then the other place would fucking not pay me. It was fucking nightmare, man. And, you know, I worked in a Moroccan restaurant and, you know, I didn't fucking care, man. Like, as far as I was concerned, they were just like talking gibberish most of the time. Fuck. So, but where it got fucked up was that I worked there during Ramadan. And like, I knew what it was, but who fucking cares, man? And like, they're working during Ramadan and like, they don't eat or like drink from fucking sun up to sundown. But it was in the winter, I think. It was either in the winter or like the late fall, but there wasn't much fucking daylight. Okay. And if you work like in a restaurant, like most of the time, you don't even get a lunch break. Or you don't get to eat your lunch at lunchtime, or you're so fucking turned off of food you don't want to fucking eat at all. But it's normal, okay, to work at a restaurant for like fucking 5 to 8 hours without eating anything. And you're allowed to drink water, by the way. And so they told me, you know, in advance that Ramadan was coming up for X amount of days. And that during Ramadan, because they were fasting, they were going to be not at full strength. And because they wouldn't be at full strength, they were going to ask me to do extra work for them. Yeah. And I was like, fuck you. Yeah. And I didn't. And, you know, we had a fucking argument, and I told him what I just told you guys. I said, look, man, we're already fucking fasting every day. And I'm supposed to fucking now do 3 times the fucking work because you put a different label on doing the same thing. Fuck you. Yeah. Fuck you. And yeah, they still fucking, they didn't do shit, man. They tried to fucking overload me with work while I was there. And like, they shared the tips there too, which was fucking garbage, man. I'd work 8 hours there and get like $14 in tips. It's fucking brutal. And I told one of the other waiters that worked there that he had to start fucking, because we're complaining to each other about the tips. And he's like, it's wrong. I'm like, fuck. I'm like, we should start fucking just like keeping our own tips. And then a customer fucking gave him $2 and he put it in his pocket and he kept it. And the boss saw him and he fucking fired him for it that same fucking day. And then I had to fucking pick up his slack. Fuck, that was shit, man. He shouldn't have fired him. Fuck, he should. That was garbage. Fuck, the boss was fucking stealing from the fucking employees. Fuck. Another place too I worked at was shared tips. It was fucking crazy. It was so arbitrary. For the first 2 months that I was waiting tables, I didn't get any tips. Like, it's nuts, man. It's like, how do you live? Yo, I was making, yeah, women get a lot more tips. It depends, though. Women get more tips if they're serving men, but men get tips if they're serving women. Not any man, but, you know, if you're, anyway, there's a lot of ways to fucking work a customer. I prefer, in my line of work, I prefer the female customers. Like, and not the younger ones, because the younger ones have no fucking money. But like 50, 60 years old even? Nope. No, it is not. It is special. Alvaro. Yeah, but like, yeah, 50-year-old women or 60-year-old women or retirees, they're the best. Like their husbands. But I find like the worst customers are middle-aged men and below. So like working age men. I find they're the fucking worst, you know, for me anyway. Because, you know, they're butthurt that they have to fucking call me. So the whole time I go there to do the estimate, they look me up and down and they're like, this guy isn't all that. Like, I could do what he does. I just need a chainsaw. And it's like, all right, go buy a chainsaw then, fuck. Like, I'd rather that, fuck. I'd rather that than have someone fucking condescend me all day. Alvaro, you never tried it? If you're not curious, then there's no need. Like, it's not crazy. It's kind of legal here, but not really. Like, you're allowed to buy it from the government store, but you're not allowed to fucking to smoke it in public or do anything after you smoke it. And they can't really, they have ways of measuring it after, like a breathalyzer test kind of, but it's not accurate. They say it is, but it's not. And like, yeah, you're supposed to wait 8 hours before like driving and stuff. Like, yeah, right. Fuck. Yeah, right. Fuck. Yeah, anyway. Yeah, probably shouldn't have said that, but whatever. My earlier videos, like a couple of years ago, I did a couple of day in the life videos, and some of the videos I was driving. And I'm like, fuck, man. It's like, and I'm like smoking a joint or whatever in the truck. And like, I was watching the footage, like the raw footage before I edited the video. And there's maybe 2 hours of like driving that day, you know, going to one store, going home, going to see someone, going home. And like, man, it's like, wow, I smoke so much when I drive. Hypothetically, you know, it's fake. It's just vegetable tobacco. Okay. It's just vegetables. It's clove cigarettes. So today there was a job that we had left, a kind of low paying job, low paying, kind of highly demanding job that we left for a rainy day or a snowy day. And we can't go check it out today. We can't go check it out tomorrow because once again, we're kind of snowed into this new place. So we did lay our floor yesterday for the cabin. And, that's probably what we're going to do today. We're going to go back in the yard, keep fucking cleaning inside the house. And I'm going to go back in the yard and we're either going to build up on the floor of the cabin or, like I said, I pillaged a few more scraps even for the wood stove. I now have the box for the wood stove. I have a bunch of pipes for in pipe, an out pipe, and a baffle system inside. I even have a thick piece of metal that I'm going to weld to the top of the stove and use it as a cook plate. And, that's what we have on the agenda for that. And I don't know if any of you guys, I need to get business cards also. And I was looking online. I had some before. They're pretty cool, but I was looking online and I always wanted to kind of step it up. And I found a place that sells, they sell clear plastic business cards or hard plastic. Sorry. I want clear plastic though. So if anyone, and I thought hard plastic would be cool because you can print on both sides, which is no big deal, but it's permanent. People can't turn your card into fucking filters. So, and also, like at work, I sweat a lot. I can't help it. And in the winter, you get wet because of the snow. So anything you keep in your wallet, it just gets fucking soaked. So it'd be nice to have like a fucking high quality card. But I wanted a clear plastic card. So if anyone knows where you can get clear plastic business cards, fucking write it in the comments. And it's 6. And I'm going to keep things short and sweet today. I've been going for a little over an hour. But I'm going to keep going with the stream, like I said. And I'm going to start streaming at night also. So tomorrow, I'll be here same time, 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I have more topics I want to talk about. I wanted to write them down, but I didn't write them down today. So towards the end, I got sidetracked. I'm sorry for that, guys. I'm going to be a good little soldier. I'm going to do my homework tonight. And I'm going to fucking topics plan tomorrow unless something happens and I die or something like that. But yeah, clear business cards. Write in the comments if you know. If Vistaprint has them, tell me where to look. Tell me how to get the color to go from opaque to clear, or from solid to clear, I should say. And yeah, just let me know. So yeah, clear business cards, guys. Hope you guys all have a great day. Thanks for stopping by. Shadowley.